So I think what's clear to us, and I'll repeat this for Spark, is that pastoralists, just like everyone else, all the farmers and everyone in this room want to be fed, want their diets to be healthy and nutritious, and they want to be able to contribute and support to the nature that they rely on, and certainly on the culture that defines them. So in that regard, there's a lot of similarities there. But as has been the theme throughout this session, we'll be talking a lot about intersectionality. What does it mean to be a young woman and a pastoralist? What does it mean to be locked out of financial services and a pastoralist and in the dry lands? And so we'll get into that with a wonderful set of panelists who I'll let introduce themselves. Dr. Rufai, Emma Stella, Adwoa, please up to the stage.
My name is Emma Stella Gakur. I'm the co-founder and in charge of operations at Savannah Circuit. So we are a local engineering company based here in Nairobi. And what we exist to do is make custom solutions, solar powered, for livestock value chain, specifically for dairy and the meat subsector, to make sure that we avail cooling solutions that are solar powered sustainably, and also importantly that we are able to modularize in a way that it fits in the context of every point of the supply chain, from the farm gate all the way to the aggregation, bulking, marketing, processing, all the way to the market. So what we do, we work with cooperatives and agri-processors to make sure that they have access to these different equipments that is custom to their need and budget, and we are able to cut post-harvest losses, support the whole operations of the supply chain, and have more money in the pockets of our farmers.
Excellent. Thank you, Emma Stella. And I'm really excited by particularly your milk cooling, solar powered. For us, we care a lot about camel milk, goat milk, and they have kind of wonderful dairy facilities in addition to all the range of products that Emma Stella has talked about. I would love to invite you to talk about your work in Ghana, and now that you're expanding. Go ahead, Adwoa.
Hi everyone, my name is Adwoa and I work with Cow Tribe Technology. We are basically a tech company, or we are leveraging technology to make vaccine access equitable and available to all. We specifically mostly work with smallholder farmers, but it's been very important to us to make sure that our technology and our services are sustainable, and it's also very inclusive. And so around that, we have made certain changes, and we have effected certain procedures to make that at every point in the value chain that our services are sustainable and it's inclusive of every single person, no matter where they are or who they are.
And the exciting thing that I've been most keen on about Cow Tribe is the idea that technology is powering what is often underserved animal health and animal pharmaceuticals, and that's something that you share with Livestock 247. Started out as animal identification, but now doing so much more. Go ahead, Dr. Rufai.
Thank you very much. My name is Amir Rufai Ahmed from Nigeria. I'm Operation Manager, Livestock 247. Livestock 247 is a technological company that's created to help the key actors in the animal sector, in the livestock sector, in general. We started as an animal identification system to enable the farmer identify the animal, in doing so to mitigate the spread of zoonotic diseases, as well as to solve so many insecurity issue like cattle rustling and other issue. So in doing so, we recognize that there are so many things need to be done in the livestock sector. Due to that, we participated in the project, product and services. Some of the projects we participated in like Aldin project, where we are dealing with 60 small-scale farmers on dairy animal, 15,000 households, 60,000 smallholders farmer, 15 households, and servicing 75,000 animals across the community. We partake in rural resilient activity projects where we empower women by giving them training on agro-livestock business, and as well as empowering them by giving them animal to rear and commercialize their activity in general. we provided so many products and services actually. I think I have short period of time, maybe let me.
Yeah, including, I should brag also on your behalf, an incredibly robust online meat marketplace that Livestock 247 runs, virtual clinics, so many exciting projects, and you'll hear more from Dr. Rufai across the conference. I'd love to invite you, Adore, to talk about particularly your use of technology. So I know you're thinking about expansion to other geographies, and curious how you're planning to, one, maintain the inclusivity in your offering as you test out new markets?
Okay, so I think that the most interesting part of our technology, and we have two, we have our Shepherd, which is a preventative animal healthcare system, and then we have Zulia. And before I move into your question, I need to explain what these platforms do. When we started CowTribe, we had no data. We knew the communities we were going to serve, but we didn't know how many farmers are there, how many livestock they have, or the kinds of livestock that they rear in those communities. And one thing that is important to note is that there is always, I think, almost about 30% vaccine wastage during the delivery process. So for us, it was very important to make our system sustainable. So what we did in the beginning was that we wanted to aggregate the farmers and the livestock so that we have the exact number of vaccines that we need to deliver, but mostly we also know where these communities are and how to reach them effectively. Of course, there are some challenges that came up, and I think everybody who has been on this panel has alluded to the gender component and the social component of these kind of careers or these delivery modes. For us, it's that the communities that we serve are marginalized. They also have they invest heavily in agriculture with very little returns, but mostly women are also unable to own property. I think less than 20% of women in these communities are allowed to own property, and more than 80% of the women in these communities depend on resources from the land. I think one thing that we also notice is that because the women are unable to own property, or unable to declare their property, they are unable to make decisions concerning the livestock that they owned. So for us, in the beginning with Shepherd, we had to collect data. We needed to have a baseline. We needed to know how many animals we vaccinate to achieve herd immunity, which is very important in the semi-arid regions where we serve mostly, which is like the northern region, the upper east, the upper west. So we developed the Shepherd platform, and then we collected all this data. And then we realized that, okay, we have this data, we know that these people need this amount of vaccines, but then we realized that we couldn't find the vaccines that we needed, we couldn't find the exact quantities that we needed, because the supply chain is very fragmented, because there's lack of data insights. But moreover, we don't have a lot of distributors in Ghana in the beginning when we started. So what we did was we formed strategic alliances and partnerships. And then we built a platform, Zulia, that eliminates all the intermediaries or the actors, so that it's a B2B platform. Because beyond making this our system sustainable, we also wanted to make sure that we are saving farmers money. Because these are smallholder farmers, and they don't have a lot of money to spend or waste. So what we do now in regards to supporting these farmers is that in communities where we are unable to get field vets or district vets to serve, we have something called community livestock vaccinators. And it's also a strategic way of us kind of eliminating the gender issue of women not being allowed to make decisions. Because sometimes the animals need vaccinations or they need care, but the husband is not at home, so you can't go. Or you go and then you're a man and they don't want you there. Or you're a woman and you're not allowed there because maybe you're menstruating. It's a very complicated thing. So for us, our community livestock vaccinators are people from the community, people that these people know. So we take them, we train them in vaccination practices, in cold chain practices, and then they go back and then they take care of these animals. The only issue is they can't handle the very technical vaccination that requires piercing the skin of the animal. So what they do is the droppers, the eye drop for, in our instance, the I2 vaccine for chickens, the eye drop of vaccines that go into water. But also, one thing that we are doing at CalTribe to make sure that our solution is more equitable is that we are trying to include women in the design process, because we want to create solutions that are beneficial for everyone. And the way that we want to do that is by not alienating any single person, because you can't create solutions for people that you did not seek their buy-in on. Like, how do you provide solutions for them when you don't even know exactly what they need? So that's what we're also trying to do to be sustainable and to also reduce waste. We, with our Zulia platform, we know exactly where the vaccine is going to, and we have leveraged a partnership with Zipline. So we use drones to deliver our vaccines. And in communities where it's very difficult to access by roads, what we are doing is you place the order to the nearest agrovet, and then they deliver it to you via the drone directly to your home or wherever you are. And so we cut down delivery costs, which was a problem in the beginning, because again, we are 7 smallholder farmers, and they don't have a lot of money. And delivery cost was like a huge portion of our margins. So by leveraging Zipline's technology, their drone technology, we've also been able to cut down costs. And yes, I think I'm talking too much.
No,
so.
that was all helpful. And I think the exciting part of preparing for this session is finding, despite the incredible complexity and the nuance, which is what, of course you understand deeply by staying in that context, you're finding one, user-centric design, being thoughtful about indigenous knowledge and embedding within existing cultures, utilizing technology, whether that's your portable milk chillers, whether that's drones, whether that's thinking about apps on mobile phones and virtual banking tools for pastoralists. They're similar. We're finding a thread, and I wanted to invite Emma-Stella to talk a little bit about how you've been working with your engineers and technologists to define the to differentiate your products and continue to design.
So what did we do to make sure that we are able to differentiate ourselves and strengthen our value proposition? So in the early days, we went to the western part of Kenya, in West Pokot. That's where we were founded in terms of location. It was very, very important that at MVP level, developing and prototyping the product, that we were able to engage the community that we believe that we have in Kenya or across East Africa. We have the rangeland pastoral community providing milk, but then also we have the highlands regions that are highly dairy producing. Those ones are better off, they're well commercialized, much as they still have their own challenges. But on this end, they have very limited access to innovation, finance, or even any way to grow the value chain or participate effectively in the agri-value chain. And worse is that we have 70% of our production in dairy specifically coming from the smallholder communities. And it is for this reason why we wanted to go to the last mile, the most marginalized of communities, to deploy and design co-design the product with them. So how did we do it? We worked to different cooperatives. We worked to different farmers that are considered model farmers within the community, elders, and most importantly, women that we wanted to bring across into the supply chain as part of our mandate at Savannah Circuit. And we brought them as focus groups. So they could come in and they would tell us, we would tell them, please use this product. It is supposed to cool your milk. And we would just watch and we would observe and we will really have a lot of self-criticism on ourselves, because part of the team was we wanted to deliver something very novel and techie and all those nice things, which are very important. But for our farmers, eventually, what did they tell us? I just want to make sure my equipment is powered and easy to clean and easy to mount and unmount on my motorbike. And lastly, I just need a button. What do I need to do? Just power it on and off. And that's what we did. We thought about making it very fancy, I don't know, communicate with what, I don't know, tie it to an app and everything. But maybe that we would do at higher levels of the supply chain with mega trucks. We could do that. It's a good solution. But at this baseline of the value chains, what they need is a product that works for them in the easiest ways of possible, in the easiest way possible. And that's what we did with the small chillers. And if you allow me, on Thursday we have a demo at our facility. We would kindly welcome all of you so that you attend and give us your thoughts on what we're doing. Thank you.
Excellent. Yes, and you can register for that site visit, I think at the registration desk at the lobby. And then as we start to close up, I'd like to invite you, Dr. Rufai, to talk about what is it you're learning in your extensive work in Nigeria and the range of partners you're working with that you'd love to share with the group here.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. As I said, we started as animal identification and management system. In due course, we realized that much need to be done in the livestock sector. I want to share with you the current event that happened in Nigeria, where we realized that most of the farmer, we are dealing with livestock. Most of the farmer that own animal is owned by women, but the men at home will take all the animals outside for migration, leaving the few animals in at home. Those women will be milking the animal, taking the animal to the market and sell. They'll be feeding on that particular milk they sold in the market. Sometime they may not be able to sell the milk. Sometime milk might get spoiled. So a lot of intervention needs to be done in that aspect to ensure that the migration rate is being reduced, to ensure that animal health intervention is being given to those farmers, to ensure that women are being empowered to be able to sustain their livelihood. So many projects has been done on that particular aspect, and many products has been developed and services to ensure that we ease the women in particular community to ease their livelihood, to empower them to make their source of income very easy. Yeah.
Excellent. I want to be mindful of time, so I'll start by saying Savannah Circuit, 1VNN. Wonderful folks. Site visit on Thursday. All three of them are going to be throughout the entire conference. I want to be keen that you connect with them directly. I would also like to share that Spark publishes a lot of research and policy advisory online. Spark stands for Supporting Pastoralism and Agriculture in Recurrent and Protracted Crises. A mouthful, but it is a consortium of Mercy Corps, ODI, CoWOTA, and ILRI. And keen for us is to kind of facilitate similar conversations, and you'll find more of that on our site. As we close, I'd love to ask one simple question. Let's see if you can keep it to a sentence. Is how can the people in this room help you?
Okay, so I think for CalTribe, we are looking to leverage on partnerships. We are looking to collaborate with people in this industry or even outside with regards to probably funding, in the sense that we try to always want to make our services very affordable to the people that we serve. So whatever sort of partnership or collaboration that would make that possible, we are looking to explore that.
Yeah, I'll echo my colleague's sentiments. Partner with us, finance the value chain, and I think we could be a good entry point to these specific subsectors. So yeah, work with us.
Yeah, partnership is a key success to our own value chain. When we have more partnership, I think most of the goal will be achieved. Yeah.
And this was Emasela, Adjoa, and Dr. Rufai. Thank you.
Thank you very much.